Hello. Welcome to our live Q&A today. It's Wednesday. My name's Ali. I am the owner of Goff Legal. In case you noticed or didn't notice, I'm going to tell you we have a name change. Very exciting. Goff Legal. Mostly it's just shorter, easier to say for the staff. We've been using that domain for years, so might as well just make it official. So welcome, Ali from Goff Legal. We're an estate planning, probate, trust administration, and Medi-Cal planning firm out of Rockland. We have some new followers, some new likes on our page, so hopefully if this is the first time tuning in, welcome. This is Oliver. He's almost 8 weeks old. Yeah, on the 15th. And then the screaming kid in the background is Henry. That's my toddler. So hopefully he's not too loud. Today's Q&A is inspired by so many questions we get from people when they are an executor or when they're a trustee, and they usually call and go, help, I have no idea what to do. So the first question I usually want to ask clients, they don't actually ask me, they sort of imply it, is should I take the role? Should I actually accept the nomination of an executor? Should I step up and file a probate? Should I say, yes, I'll be a trustee? And guess what? It's a choice. You don't have to say yes. You don't have to be a trustee. In fact, I, as your not lawyer, because I'm not giving you legal advice, I'm just chatting and giving some information right now, would suggest that you think about it probably a little longer than you would have normally. Decide, do you really want the job? It's a job. It's a lot of work, I promise. There's a lot of things that you have to do. And so before you accept the role, decide, is it something you actually have the time for? Is it something that you have the resources for? Like, is there enough money in the estate or in your pocket to pay for some good legal counsel and take care of the things that need to be taken care of? Do you get along with your family? Is this something that's going to improve your relationship with them or maybe harm it? Is your family relationship really worth taking on a role as trustee? Because there's lots of different options. You don't necessarily have to say yes to the job. So the second question I get a lot is, okay, well, I am trustee. I've decided to take on the role. Now what? What am I supposed to do? Or, oh wait, I didn't know I had to do anything. So there is a bunch of stuff that has to be done. Luckily, our firm is really good at providing sort of the roadmap for trustee and executor clients of what to do. But here are a few just quick tips of things you need to make sure that you're aware of if you are a trustee or if you're an executor. First is you have to provide notification of the documents. You have to give them copies to the heirs and copies to all the beneficiaries. If you don't know what those words heirs and beneficiaries are, please consult with a lawyer to make sure you're sending it to the right people. Second, you have to lodge the will within 30 days of death. That's anyone in possession of an original will has to lodge it with the county clerk within 30 days. Second, if there's a trust, the trustee is required to send out a legal notification called a notification by trustee within 60 days to all, again, heirs and beneficiaries. Even if someone's been cut out of the trust or the will, if they're an heir, which is legally defined by California, they have to get notification of an estate being administered. So those are like the two big things. There's a lot of other things that need to happen. Need to open a trust checking account, need to get an EIN. Good luck with that with the IRS right now. That's not really an easy process at the moment. Once all the assets are marshaled and put into the new trustee's name, at the end of the process, you have to account to all the beneficiaries to say, here's what I did with the money. Here are the debts I paid off. Here are the expenses I paid. Here's how much I'm paying myself if you're taking compensation. And then, of course, here's the money you're getting. Make sure everyone has the information, everyone's okay with it, and then distribute the funds. The third question we get a lot is, how long is this going to take? And if you're in a probate, if you're an executor, it will take years, I promise. Partially because the courts are so impacted and the process is so slow that there's almost no way to get done in less than a year. It just isn't happening unless you're maybe in a very small county. I can tell you Sacramento, it's, August. They're filing for August right now for a hearing in August to just start the process. So that's not great news. A trust you can probably get done in a year, sometimes less actually, if all the beneficiaries are getting along. No one's fighting, everyone's sort of on the same page. You can get done in less than a year. And the good news with the trust is the trustee actually gets access to the resources, the funds, can sell the house, can marshal the bank accounts, the stocks, almost instantaneously once you get a death certificate and a tax ID number. So one of the benefits to having a trust and being a trustee is that you can act a lot quicker. And then one of the other things that I always counsel people on to think about is is there enough money in the estate to actually administer it? So if there are more debts than assets, I highly recommend talking to an attorney before you start taking action, because once you start acting as trustee, even if you haven't signed any paperwork, you could be considered to be a trustee and therefore have personal liability for anything that goes wrong. And it's really important that you don't sort of make those decisions without thinking about it. A lot of people just start acting because they think this is what I should be doing, but sometimes there are good reasons, grammatically correct, thankfully. There are good reasons not to administer an estate, so talking with an attorney at the very beginning of the process is a really, really good idea. So those are the biggest questions we get with Help I'm a Trustee, Help I'm an Executor. Our office does represent executors and trustees on a regular basis. We're very familiar with that process. We can help people through whether it's a one-time consult or ongoing assistance. The cost obviously depends on what the services are needed, but we're always happy to help. With that, that'll end our Q&A for today. If you have any other questions, feel free to email info@Goff Legal. I will answer them next week, or you can put in the chat box here. And then lastly, here's Mr. Oliver. He actually behaved today. I was a little concerned he wasn't going to want to behave. So he is almost 2 months and likes to sleep and eat. I don't know what else babies do. I kind of forgot after the first one, but this one seems to be, eating and sleeping. So I look forward to helping you. Like I said, if you have any other questions, please feel free to send an email or, do whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. All right. Talk to you later. Bye. See you next Wednesday at noon. Same time, same place.